Hey, how are you doing today? We are going to be doing a quick review over properties of exponents, and then we're going to end up finishing up with a quiz today. So let's go ahead, get my ugly mug out of here. What up? And let's get started. Now, what you're going to do here to start is you are going to go to your Google Classroom, and you are going to open up that Kahoot game, and you are going to play the Kahoot game. It is timed. Um, so make sure that you understand that it is timed. There are 11 problems. So go ahead and get that done first. Okay, you should have done the Kahoot game at this point, or you should pause video and do that. So let's go ahead and move forward with the rest of the lesson. On a piece of paper now from here, you are going to be completing some review problems, some more, but you'll get some feedback on these. So let's go ahead and start with this set right here. If you could pause the video and complete these 6 problems. All right. Now, number one is a multiplication problem. So for number one here, we have our numbers first. 4 times 4 times 4. Okay, 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. Okay. Now we have our variables, the x's. We have x to the fourth and we have x squared. Remember, since these x's are being multiplied, we are going to add the exponents. So 4 plus 2 is 6. The y's, we have y to the first, y squared. Well, since those are multiplied, we are going to add our exponents. That's going to be y to the third. No negative exponents, so that is my answer. Number two is a division problem. So start off with the numbers first. We have 4 over 4. Now 4 over 4, 4 divided by 4, that simplifies to be 1. Okay. The x's are being divided. Okay. Now for our x's here, we have x to the fourth divided by x to the first. Well, since they're divided, we would subtract our exponents. 4 minus 1 is 3. So I have x to the third. The y's, we have y to the fourth. Put it over here. Y to the fourth divided by y squared. Well, since these are divided, I'm going to subtract the exponents. And 4 minus 2 is 2. Now, you don't have to have the 1 there, but if you do, it's okay. There's nothing to fix. We have x to the third, y squared. Number 3 is the power property. Okay, so inside these parentheses, okay, we have that exponent of 4 on the outside. So this exponent of 4, I'm going to multiply that by all 3 exponents. Now this 4, remember, has an exponent of 1. So for the 4, it'd be 4 times 1 is 4. For the u, 4 times 2 is 8. And for the v, 4 times 3 is 12. The only thing I have to do is take care of 4 to the fourth power. 4 to the fourth power is 256. Now, number 4 will be kind of like a little extra credit type of problem. This has both the power property and multiply together. So the first thing I'm going to do is take care of this part right here. And this is the power property. This part on the left that's on the outside, just going to drop it like it's hot. So u to the third, v squared. On this part, for the v, 2 times 1 is 2. For the u, 2 times 4 is 8. And now I have a multiplication problem that's sitting there. So now I'm going to do my multiplication problem. Okay, if I multiply same bases, I'm going to add the exponents. So for the u's, I have u to the third and u to the eighth. So 3 plus 8 is 11. For the v's, I have v squared and v squared. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So I have u to the 11th power, v to the 4th power. Number 5. 4 is the only number, so I just have 4. With my x's, these are multiplied. I'm going to add the exponents, so I have x squared, and x to the first. 2 plus 1 is 3. For my y's, I have y squared and y to the third. And 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, the last one here, another division problem. Now, the fraction 3 over 2 cannot be simplified. So I still have 3 over 2. The x's are being divided. That means I'm going to subtract the exponent. So for the x's, I have 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. For the y's, they're being divided. So I'm going to subtract 2 minus 4. And 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Now, I do have a couple things I need to fix. Remember, x is 0 power. Anything raised to 0 power is 1. So that's gone. Essentially, it's replaced by a times 1. And this y has a negative exponent. That means I need to move it to the other part of the fraction. So on the top, I should just have a 3, because 3 times 1 is 3. On the bottom, I should have the 2y squared. And remember, when you do fix that y, notice it becomes a positive exponent. Okay, one more quick set. It has a little bit more negative exponents in it. Go ahead and pause the video and let's complete these 4 problems. All right, number 7, this is the power property. Okay, remember, all of our exponents are being multiplied by 2. So for the 4, 2 times 1 is 2. For the x, 2 times 2 is 4. And for the y, 2 times 3 is 6. Don't forget to take care of 4 squared. 4 times 4 is 16. So that's 16, x to the 4th, y to the 6th. Number 8. Okay, numbers first, and I just have the 2. Okay. The a's are all being multiplied together here, so I'm going to add all those exponents. So I have negative 1 plus 4 plus negative 3. And negative 1 plus 4 plus negative 3 is 0. For the b's, we have negative 1 plus negative 2 plus 3. And that was also 0. Remember, anything raised to 0 power equals 1. So those are both being replaced by 1s, and 2 times 1 is 2. Number 9 is a division problem. So first things first, let's simplify the fraction. 2 over 4. Well, 2 over 4 becomes 1 over 2. Now the a's are being divided, so we're going to be subtracting the exponents. 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3. And 4 minus 3 is 1. The b's are divided. Now you got to be really careful we do the right subtraction problem. This is 2 minus negative 3. 2 minus negative 3. Minus a negative turns to a plus, and that's going to end up being b to the 5th. Now, it would be acceptable to write it as is here. I prefer to write it without the 1s, and that's how I would write it. They are both acceptable. Last but not least, power property. Both of these exponents are being multiplied by 2. So for the a, negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. For the b, negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Now, these both are negative exponents, so they both need to switch to the bottom part of the fraction. So it's going to put a to the 6 and b squared on the bottom. Since nothing is left on the top, hold that with a 1. Okay. All righty. What y'all are going to do now is you are going to make sure that you complete your quiz. because it's a little harder to write these exponents, we went ahead and made this one a Cami doc. So make sure you complete it on Cami. Make sure you are showing your work. Okay, make sure you're showing your work just like I was doing on the problems that you saw me do, is how you would show your work on your problems. Once you're done with that, make sure you try to catch up on any missing work that you have. And other than that, we will see you again soon. Adios.